Hey, good morning, Carl. We'll talk about the aid package and why the airline stocks are indicating that they'll open higher. But I got to show you first the new numbers from the TSA. You know, we track this every day, and they tell you, hey, here's how many people were screened, both in terms of passengers and crew members at all the airports in the U.S. Hit a new all-time low yesterday, 87,000. That's how many people were screened at all of the airports in the United States. You have to wonder if it goes much lower than that. But again, 87,000, that's how much it was yesterday. I know you see 90,000 there. That was a couple of days ago. I got to think that we're close to the bottom, guys. Hey, take a look at how the stocks are indicating. They should be trading higher at the open, in part because they now have some certainty, at least over the next couple of months, when it comes to meeting their financial obligations, now that they have reached an agreement with the Treasury Department on these payroll grants. We're not going to go down the road of all 10 of these and how much they are getting from the Treasury Department, but we'll talk about the big three. Let's start first off with United. It has not announced the final total, but it's expected it's going to be around $4.95 billion that it will receive, both in terms of a cash grant as well as a loan. 30% of it will be made up in terms of a low-interest loan to Treasury. Delta getting $5.8 billion. And then there's American, Delta is 5.8, and American at $5.4 billion. So when you take a look at the big three, they're all getting pretty much close to what they were expecting to get, maybe a smidge less because this is essentially oversubscribed. All the airlines came to Treasury and said, we want a piece of the $25 billion. Don't forget, we're going to be talking with Doug Parker, Chairman and CEO of American Airlines. You do not want to miss this exclusive interview coming up today on Squawk Alley at 11 a.m. And guys, really what I want to focus on with Doug Parker is not only the near term and making sure that they have the liquidity in place and the fact that they're going to borrow some more. He's already said that. But the question is, where is the bottom? When do they start to see some bookings, whether it's in June, July? Do they have any indication when they expect that to happen? Because right now, guys, there's very little in the airline industry, at least domestically, in terms of when things start to improve at least a little bit.
Hey, Phil, just to clarify for viewers, the no layoff agreement takes us through the end of September. Is that correct? And the other thing I had for you was summer fares, which got ridiculously low, $90 round trip New York to Orlando. I've seen some anecdotal evidence that those fares are actually coming up for the coming months.
Have discovered is it doesn't matter how low you go on these fares. We're in an environment right now where people either can't travel because they're not allowed to by their company, or they don't want to travel. They've decided, you know, in this environment, I don't want to be out. I don't want to go somewhere. Why should I go to a particular destination if the restaurants are closed, if I'm not going to be able to go out to the theaters or the theme parks, whatever it might be? So at some point, it becomes a little ridiculous in terms of how low you go with the fares. And I think all of the airlines have said, okay, we believe there is a base. That's where they are, and they'll probably come up a little bit from there. But we're not going to see them skyrocket.